Might work. You never know. Might work. We're just testing. So I'm giving a couple of things a try on my old save. After the latest 1.4 update, I can no longer play on my original save. It loads 85% and then it stops. And I noticed I had some plugins that was out of date, but I can't. So my first thought that was some mod that caused it to crash. But I can run it with every single mod I have on a new save. And I can't run my old save completely without mods. Here we see a YouTube video. Does it say anything promising? I guess we can watch it on the PC. Whew. First world issues, yeah. It's not. I mean, it makes me sad. But then again, it is truly a first world issue. I can just start a new one. Because there's so many mistakes I've made, and I'm not actually sad if I have to start over. Though I'd rather make it work. You know, I'm happy if it works, but I'm okay if it doesn't. Let's see.
Here at this time, we'll go through the patch notes.
Wait, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? No, there's no screen capture. Can we do that? Yeah, we can. Can we? Do? Cool. Hi, Madskofo. Hi, Surfer. Am I doing a horrible job at pronouncing your name, friend?
It's here real quick. Not to mention, everyone, we also got a little bit of a problem here, it seems like, from this patch. It's been reported, and I have experienced it myself here. The game will not load with certain third-party scripting mods. So we'll cover that issue here as well.
Certain third-party doesn't work with any
vehicle control add-on and guidance steering and like all those other ones. I mean, the only one I had issue was the reduce maintenance cost mod. And for some reason, that was preventing the save games from loading. The save game would get to like 85% or so, and it would stop. And if you would bring up the log, everyone, you would just see just red error message after red error message. It was like, you know, a list a mile long. So removing that mod solved that for me. From what I've read online and seen online, it sounds like there might be some other mods.
How do you get the console up? He had a console where you could see what's happening.
11.
Well, let's Google. Fat. Doesn't it? I feel like it always is the tilde key. Yeah. Console in settings or command line. Yeah. It said something about change from false to true. Okay. Steam. I read like one line of that and just presume I know what I'm doing. So dumb. I mean, do you guys read the full guide? Or do you just wing it? Good idea, Jack. And if we just find and say console here, enable true. Okay. Find the entry false. What? Huh? Find the entry false. Is there only one entry that is false? So, seems like the... developer console. True. Update? No. Game? Terminate. What's the worst thing that can happen, right? Save. Go. Play. And then what? How do you launch it? Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying slowly. Yes. Let's try the tilde key. Nothing happens. Is it tilde or tilda? I don't remember. Oh, it worked! And it was that key. Love not reading guides. Who needs a guide anyway? Huh? Tilde. Okay, let's see. Brrr. Brrr. Loading. Loading. Brrr. Brrr. Oh no, now you see the name of my hard drive. See a colon. Damn, private information is leaked on the internet. Someone can now hack my computer. Error! Running. What is this? Vehicle script. Power takeoff. Okay. Do I even have that? Ooh, new airplane. What airplane is that? Okay. 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 Power takeoffs. Let's find that. Let's find that that file. I don't know if I'm even using that thing. Data S. Is that under data and then just what? Vehicles? Oh, S, is that data Steam? D colon. No, wait. What is this? Oh. Oh. And also is it attach join? Scripts. So probably not here, right? It's the wrong data. Oh wait. Yes, there's no scripts here. But if we follow the actual location, I don't know if I have something sensitive here. You never know. Auto builder. There's no folder named auto builder. That is weird. Scripts. Main. Search for scripts. In the FarmSim folder. I'm seeing temps somewhere, but no. Common farm sim. And here we search for maybe scripts. Can we find something? Please. No. Is it then under, say, documents where the mods are installed? This might be. Oh, I just realized I might have a mod that isn't in from the mod hub. Could that be it? Mods. Could be one of these. These are from the mod hubs. Some of them. Let's see. Which one is it? PTO. Attacher joint. But what mod is it actually? Is it like the auto manual connection thingy? What can that mod be called? Manual attach. Remove. Because it says things. Oh, it's open. About the PTO and attacher joints. Real dirt was successful. Big bag. Warning. Wrong extension. Something about the big bag is a warning. And let's try to remove the manual attachments. What else could be buggy? Big bag. Is there anything? I don't remember having a mod that gives me larger bags. What do I know? And play. Did I figure out what was wrong and did I fix it? $65 is fast. It crashed at 85 if you don't remember. Let's bring up the console again. Ooh, 75. Oh, we see the issue already. Or a issue. So it crashes on something, but it keeps loading. Weird. I mean, what happens if I remove all of my mods? Load into the game. I guess if I don't save, it's fine. So what if we take all of this and put it in a new folder? Let's name it new folder. And put it in there. And then we lift it out of the mods. Now I probably shouldn't have any mods installed. We'll see. Yes. I don't know if I said yes the right thing. I actually didn't read what it said. I just presumed it was a warning. Do you really want to do this? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Did it say? No idea. It works. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good to know. Well then, let's add back the mods. And then figure out which ones we don't want. Good luck, Jonas. Good luck. I wonder if I can have them in a folder and that's enough to have them removed. So we don't want that one. Multiple mission, don't care. Subsidiaries we need, right? But we don't need that one. Tank pack, some of one of these, I don't know. Because like the items we own, like we own the radon dumper. We don't want to not have that. And we'll lose money. I mean, it's worth it for trying, I guess. For trying to make it work. Aunt Emma's shop we don't have. We don't have any garden lights even if I want. Better time scale we can live without. Seeds we can live without. The potential we can live without. Solar fields we don't have. We don't use the sheds. Field creator, fuck it. Player action camera I've heard people having issues with. We need the loan limit, otherwise we're fucked. Paint anywhere. Whole package we don't use that. More trees we don't use. Oh, that's a lot of mods. Doop. Hi, Siadar Streams. Hi, John Deere. Wait, John Deere Simulation. Were you here the other day and you said you dislike John Deere but had the name as a meme? Or am I mixing you up with someone else? Small combo trailer. I think I have one of those. Let's remove real dirts for now. Even though I think that works. The pallet warehouse is cool, but I don't need it right now. Stored lives I don't use. Better contract. Parking spaces. Fuck that. Increased light range, I also heard, was buggy. Or heard, I read it. No one has said anything to me about the issues I'm having. It's so hard getting good help these days. Just kidding. Do they drive NASCARs in the rain? Or do they cancel as soon as it rains? Like, do they have rain tires for NASCARs? Remember what that is? Probably. Oh wait, no. Probably don't need it. I don't use ramp. I don't use the shelves. The grass mower I can live without. The workshop I can live without. The toolbox we can't live without. Man, that changes everything. Shed. Front lifter we don't need. Toggle HUD. Real speed we need. I mean, we can always try. Small shed, wood shed. Shed pack. Let's call that done. And then we can just launch the game and see what happens. I don't know if I can keep it there, so I'll just for safety move it out of there. Let's go. Where did my Steam go? Play. Do you hope that Cedar Streams is outside? Oh wait, sorry. Never mind.
A wise man.
Never mind me. I also hope that Cedar is indoors. Okay. Cool. Continue. Yes. I'm cool with that. Let's just press start. We're probably gonna, if this works. Very many ifs. If this works, we're gonna restart it because I don't think I have loaded or selected the precision farming. I don't think. The best part about precision farming was that they added, so you can see on the menu. Oh, it worked! Oh my god! Are we back at my farm? Chat! It's been months in real life. I'm just kidding. It's not. A new banner. Grow together, harvest together. Aww. What is everything still here? Is everything as I left it? Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. And I don't think I have the precision farming activated, so I'm gonna load again. Quit game? Yes. Career. Is the debt still there too? I think so. I don't know. No! How do you enable debt control? I don't know. How do you enable debt sanitation? Remove my debt, please. .com. But I think debt made the game more fun to play. That's just what I think. I can't prove it, because I haven't played without. I started this game in debt, and I am still playing the game in debt. Nice PJs! Right, thank you, Green Dragon. I love it. I love them. Green Dragon, we have to have a talk. We're gonna do it in the loading. We're gonna do it in the loading here. American trucks. We don't have to add that now because I don't have the money to spend anyway. Precision farming. Okay, let's start. So, Green Dragon sent me in Siri a care package with pistachios. Not just normal salted pistachios, but also honey pistachios. And I think that is the most tasty thing I have ever eaten in my life. It's pistachios coated in sugar and honey. It's like never stops. Never stops. That's the best ever. They're fantastic. And Ebbe loves both normal pistachios and the honey pistachios. But that's like a candy, so he only gets that on Saturday. And the fruit... he also sent fruit bars that are like only mango and banana, and I think one was strawberry. I don't remember. Those were fantastic. We have similar in Sweden, but they're fruit jerky. You call them, yeah. These were chunkier, bigger, and had a better texture to them. The ones we have are either soft, like a melted popsicle. I don't know. They're like really slimy, or they're really dry. But that could be that The ones we have purchased have been like old, and these were more fresh. But I don't know. Pineapple, yeah. Pineapple was the third flavor. Fantastic snack. Thank you so much. Where are we at, chat? Half priced? I mean, we have heaps of money. Maybe we should invest. Kepa. Ooh, we have some contracts completed. And then we have the fertilizing on field 2 we're working on. And on field 6 we shall also fertilize. So if I accept that, you already have 3 active. I can install the mod for more active contracts, for sure. That'd make me happy. I had that on my other save. You can have like infinite amount of contracts. It's quite convenient. But let's finish field 2 and then go to field 6 then. On my own fields, how are we doing? The PJs, I got them from Blackjack when we were in Kuwait. Fantastic PJs. It's like freedom. It's basically like a skirt, like a dress, right? Like a full body dress that is like a cozy blanket. Fantastic piece of clothing. I don't know why we don't wear it in the Western world. Like I saw on our farm, right? Our old house. I normally went to get firewood in this. Like if we didn't have firewood in the morning, I took my PJs. Good night, Kron. And again, congratulations about your license card, the motorcycle driving test. It's called. Congratulations about booking such an early time. Woo! Let's go and check. Like, it takes me a second, since it's been so long since we played, to get back to where we were in the season and make sure all of our animals have it good. Yeah, right. It seems good. And how are our fields? They should be fertilized. We need to do some soil tests now, because in the latest update, you can't see. You can no longer see your fertilizing levels without doing soil samples, laboratory tests. Show total value? Show value sensor set. Okay. I'm gonna get so into this. I love this already, but first we have to figure out how it works. How do we do a test? I think they've updated the manual for this. I remember seeing something about this. Nitrogen value. By walking on the field, having a look at field display, you can see current and target nitrogen levels. Okay. By walking on the field. Okay. Yield maps. But how do you make a yield maps? Ooh.
Jack Joffrey subscribes. 59 months. Boop.
Boop. Thank you, Jack, for being tier 3 for 59 months. Like, not chat, I have to announce that he's been tier 3 all of those 59 months. That's insanity. Thank you. 2 sensors available. 1 active and 1 passive, which is the compact. The active sensor is mounted on the front, as the screenshot shows, as a pulsing light source and can be used day and night. The passive sensors is mounted on the cab and requires daylight to function. I want an active sensor then. I don't use a lot of front implements anyway, so why not run an active sensor? So we can farm through the night. Oh, and the Pro Compact is available in the shop for configuration for all tractors. See? That wasn't so hard. I wonder if I can run new tools to buy. Uh-oh. It's not expensive. I say that without really knowing, but it's only 23,900, huh? That's cheap. What is this then? Soil sampling unit. Oh, we need both of them. Oh man, we need both of them, don't we? Oh, you can get it with front weight. $2.7 ton. That's proper. I don't think... I mean, I can always change that later. It's spring and I'm spending this much on toys. We've already done all the planting for the year, so this feels a little... I mean, this is just to entertain myself. Let's not kid anyone. Was there a reason we were standing around here? Like, where is my... It was fertilizing, right? The contract that we have. Fertilizing. Completed. Why do I only have one completed? Didn't I have two completed before? What has happened? Accept. Did I by mistake return one of my fast tracks? Oops. Field 2. But where is my... At least I have one fast track. Is there a tractor hooked up to that? No, that's why I can't find it, because the tractor that is hooked up to it has been sold by mistake. Or returned, not sold. What else? I still have this. One is better than none. I'm a little sad because I was going to use the fast track for the soil sampling. Also, we're gonna have to get a sprayer, because this sprayer here will save me so much money in the long run. The John Deere Pure Sprayer. It's gonna save me so much money, because it has like sensors. If you equipped it with a CN spray, it has like cameras that look and see where there's weed, and where there's weed, it squirts. So it uses up to 90% less herbicides, meaning that the purchasing price of is 91,000. But it will be it will pay for itself. How much do we get for our weeders? Because we're not gonna need them, are we? Because that is so efficient. What's weeders? Hello? Hello? Am I from Norway? If you want me to be. Weeders. Oh, it's actually like 30k. So that's an additional 60. About 60,000 I have to pay, which I don't have right now. Maybe I can loan. Like, I don't know. How am I doing with the bank? Are they... Oh, I actually have the money to loan. Cool. Because we planted this month, so it's gonna be weeding season. I don't think we have any weeds as of now. No weeds. No discerning amount of weeds. But we seeded this month, so it's gonna be next. So when that happens, we sort of should get that fixed. That's our new tools. I chose not to call them toys. You heard it here, guys. We could probably use our electric tractor for this. You think? Just because it's so kill? Maybe it's not powerful enough, but except for the soil sampler, I don't think it's going to be anything that runs in the ground. It's just a sensor, right? Is this grass? I'm not sure. Is this grass? No. It's oats. But on a serious note, Håkau, I'm Swedish. My mother is Norwegian, and my father is Finnish. So I could be called Nordic. Or Swedish. But I've been to Norway a couple of times. I have an uncle living in Norway. So, do we have any idea what these do or how they work? Or did we just spend 40k on a toy? Probably have to have the help window on. Take soil sample. First you need to unfold soil unit. Okay, it put up a stick. Ah, I see. So the probe itself is folded within the unit, and then it folds it so it can plunge into the soil. I see. And then we lower it. Is it dragging or is it floating? Let's drive out of the field. It seems to be floating. And then I have a little checkbox. So I can sort of see the area I'm sampling. Am I ruining the crop? No. Why are my lights on? Pretty good lights. Take soil sample. Well, now it's green. But how does the front thingy work? Send soil sample for analyze. You will see the result on the map soon. Okay. Goes to $100 for that little area? That's robbery. 0 kilos of nitrogen? That's really bad, right? That field needs a lot of dirt then. Hi, Jose. Hi, Moby. My auto mod is set to no hazing mode. So no banter is allowed. You can't even call me a little fart. That's how rude it is. You're rude, that's how strict it is. So it did take quite a chunk. Ooh, we also see what type of soil it is now. So I wonder how often I need to do this. If it's like a one-time thing. I mean, it's quite a large field. Set of fields to do this on. Well, 45, what's that? Is that like environmental rate or something? We can probably see that. If we click this field now, I've spent $100 on. Oh wait, so you can get like economic analyze. Inglesio is hardest. Hey Johannes, you beautiful creature. Good, Moby. You get the result back tomorrow, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. So Jack, Aperture released the coolest. I don't know. Have you seen any news from NAB, Jack? Like the light bar they released? I think it's called MT. Oh, they hinted about it. They didn't release it. Oh, it's the most beautiful unit, and I want them on my walls as decorations. Like most light bars, like video light bars, have like a control box at the end of the bar. So imagine a laser sword. At one of the ends, everyone that I know have a control box. So like an extra bit that has the buttons. You can change what color and what mode, and there's often batteries as well in there. And I think that makes it very ugly. Because you have this beautiful light, and then at the bottom or the top, you get a big like plastic piece. But the Aperture MT is like super thin bezels. It's like a Samsung S22, if you would compare it to a smartphone, right? Like it has super slim bezels and no chin and no camera bump in the top. And all the controls are on the back of the unit. So you can like flush mount it to the wall, and there's just light. Super beautiful. I would consider cutting holes in the wall, and like mount it sunken into the wall as a wall sconce. Super beautiful. And they released the 600D non-pro. We've been considering what line we're getting, and I've been joking about getting the 1200D, but for one, we can't afford it, and for two, it is overkill. But we're currently running 200 watts, and 200 watts through a modifier isn't bright enough to light our entire indoor area in daytime. So I think the 300 watt could be underpowered. So 600 watt is better. And they released a non-pro 600D for $1,300, and the pro version is like $1,850. So that's really cool. And the new MC, the MC Pro. They didn't release it either. They hinted about the MC Pro. It's like 40% brighter and a little cooler. So that's gonna be a hit. So is it worth doing soil samples at all? Turn on crop sensor. So what does the crop sensor do? Lower crop sensor. Okay. Then I can always take soil samples no matter what tool I have. Okay, cool. That's actually pretty useful. So if I just drive, does it say anything about my plants? Yeah, it's showing nothing. Can I see anything cool now that I've driven here? It seems like the soil sample was the only thing that did anything. So like going around doing soil samples is gonna be a pricey thing. Let's just demo if we do like a bit of overlaps here. I wonder if it's $100 per sending or per sample taken. Because now I have one soil sample, right? So then if I go... Let's not overlap too much. And do a soil sample, say here. Is this going to be $200 or $100? Huh? It is $200. And what did I learn from that? What did I find out? The environmental score. 51. It's gone up. Okay, okay. The pH is good. Oh. I wonder if like whatever crop I'm selecting will have a difference now. Oh, it's gonna be low yield. Is it low yield here? Nitrogen bad. Yield bonus 81%. So this is gonna need a fertilizing for sure. No data found. Okay, so it only works. Expected yield. Is it that bad because I haven't sampled it? Or is it that bad because it is that bad? And also if you have OCD, this is going to be very expensive. It was fun though. Just going around picking your soil. I am working as an agronomist at the moment, taking soil samples. Chat, have you ever taken soil samples? Didn't think so, huh? So meaningful. We're gonna know everything about our soil when we're done. We're gonna know exactly how poorly fertilized it is. I am unsure if I want to know that, but we'll be in the know. 8 samples. Woo! Goodbye, money. Goodbye. Like over a year, it's not very expensive, is it? So I feel that what we get to know is the soil type. We'll get to know the soil type, but will we have to do this every year for the fertilizing as well? Or is this mostly to get get like the information about the soil type? That is the good question. Oof. Oh wait, sample taken. I was like, what? What? Is that only one type of soil? But I haven't received the samples yet. Let's fold the sensor, because I don't think I've understood what the sensor is for. Thousands. Let's inspect. We have some loam up here, and then we have some sandy loam, and we have a loamy sand. I think loamy sand is the best, right? It's the... we can run out in the field and see. Where are we? So here. Yes. Expected yield 70%. And on this side 71. Am I still in? 84. Okay. So green is better. Sandy loam is better. Loamy sand is too much loam. Okay. So probably it's probably too much water, right? Or too little water. Maybe too little water. And then this is the perfect area. And this is sort of neutral. And then you can have silty clay and that. Then you're fucked. Oof. Then you're fucked. The environmental score is 57 though. So what does that environmental score actually do? Do you get like points? Or is that like organic? The better score you get, the more organic you are, and therefore you get better pay for your produce? Technically, I could fertilize it right now, right? So field 2 is freshly fertilized. But since it isn't my field, I can't see anything about it. But I'm also going to go and fertilize field 6, so I'll get that process started. I bet you get a better environmental score from using... Oh, train comes. I'm using manure for fertilizer rather than using... Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down, cowboy. I need to go... maybe here? That's probably going to be good enough. This is planted, right? Yes. Probably drive this home then. Now I have one too many implements at this place. Because I had 2 tractors here. I, by mistake, returned one of them. So now I'm missing 1 tractor. But it's the rock picker that is over there, so it's fine. I don't think I'm gonna need the rock picker for a really long time, and when I need it, it's fine. We can go and fetch it. Don't have to worry about that now. It's a very smart thing, as an old retired farmer once told me. There's no point in changing implements because you never know what implements you'll need next. And that applies because I don't know where I'm gonna use the rock picker. Maybe it's over there, so I don't need to go and fetch it. So then you can ask, why am I bringing this one home? Well, I presume the planting season is over, so I'm gonna bring it home to wash it. But that said, I mean, I think there's some stuff you can only plant in May, right? Or, I mean, there's at least something you can't plant in May, even if it's late. But is it anything you need to wait until May? No. But you can still do like sorghum, corn, soybeans, etc. So there is a chance that someone else will come on and ask me to do a seeding. This is true. Could use a paint job. Oh. So beautiful, clean though. Did Siri get a follower? Now we have to go and fertilize our own fields. I wonder if the sensor thingy makes a difference in fertilizing. We really should read what it does. I just purchased it without looking. Oh. Scary to drive at 65 kilometers an hour without looking. Okay, let's take a shortcut so we can read. Implements, MISC. Crop sensor, you can measure the real nitrogen uptake of the crop to apply more precise fertilizer rates. So yes. It makes it dynamic in the fertilizing rates. So do I have a front attachment? No, I don't. So I can just... Chat, you see that? Drifting with the fertilizing trailer. Wow. So cool. And the next can block, baby. Ooh, it's very red here. Ooh, So wait, can this... Wait. Attach. Need to change implement, maybe. There we go. Can this thing apply a variable rate? I think it said it could. I think it said it could. No values detected. Is that because I haven't done soil sampling or because it is none? Change application rate. Activate automatic application rate. Yes. Change nitrogen reference value? No. Lower. Is there any... Turn on the thingy? It doesn't seem... Lift crop sensor. Fold crop sensor. Turn on fertilizer sprayer. That is the wrong button. That is more like it. Application rate 592 kilos per hectare. 648. 666. 648. So it is working. I don't know. And this is because of the soil sampling, or is this because of this front attachment? Or is it a combination of both? We'll find that out once we go to the other field. So if I overlap more, will it use less? No. And if I run where I have already squirted, it shuts off. Oh my lord. That on itself, it's a game changer. Like now I don't have to care about making nice line. I can overlap as much as I want. It just shuts off. And then it shuts on again. Shuts on. Turns on. Amazing. And now I go in a new field, and it sets the optimal value for oats on sandy loam. 80 kilos of nitrogen per hectare. It's a much lower for oats. Oh, this is gonna save me so much money. I mean, it basically uses half of the fertilizer. Fertilizer isn't cheap. Plus you can see on the minimap when you miss, like I did. So I don't know if this fertilizer can actually like shut off completely. So maybe you have to drive where there's nothing for it to shut off. Right? Because it's a flinger. If you had a fertilizer... We really don't want to miss. If we had a fertilizing unit that added fertilizer as it's seeding, it could probably more better change it on a per row basis. I love looking at the minimap, man. It gives me a hard on knowing the soil conditions. We've been farming in the blind in the past. Is this wide enough? Not entirely. is that? Let's clean up. Why is there a little square here? What caused that? Is that weeds? Or is that because there was like sugar beets? Is this because what am I saying? Is this because I had a cover crop growing here? And did I have a cover crop growing here? I am not sure. Okay, cool. Why can I only drive 18? Do I have to fold the fertilizer? Still can only drive 18. Unload. Why are we limited in speed? No data found. We're growing cotton. Here it says required tire. This is new to me. All tires and tracks. Good. Like if I turn on the fertilizer spreader, will it auto detect? Even without the soil sampling? Doesn't seem like it. And it doesn't seem like it makes a difference. 64. 64. So it doesn't make a difference. Except for color. Is that because I don't have an Rtk station? Construction. What is that under? Tools. Improves the weather forecast. Meaningful. I'm pretty sure it does more than that. Where should we put it? Do we have a... I don't know why I felt like a good thing to put it at the home base. Maybe somewhere where it's not in the way and where it's annoying. But still, like, visible. This is gonna be a tree line, so I don't want to put an ugly station there. You can always tear it down. This feels like a good spot. Let's face it towards south, right? Where is south on this map? Do we know? I mean, I want to say this way. Oh wait, I see the coordinates. 0. So that's south. It's flat up here. So overlaps with another object. Does it say that almost everywhere? It doesn't need to be flat. Okay. I accept that. Now then. Did that do anything? No. Who am I kidding? Why would that do anything? So is it because I haven't taken a soil sample? Ah, when the crop has enough green leaves for the sensor to detect the difference. Ah. Hmm. 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 So for the okay, environmental score. We can read about that. The precision farming DLC also gives you the environmental score in any case whether you are growing crops in an environmentally friendly and sustainable way. There's a total score for your farm across all your fields, and you can also obtain a score for each field. Scores are shown in the precision farming menu. This score directly affects the crop value in the game. So organic is worth more. The maximum score is 100 and will increase the price you get for your crops by 15%. Be aware, there's also a penalty for having a low score. If you zoom into your map, you'll see a score for each field. You can then check which field needs better management to raise the total environmental score. Scoring aspects. Nitrogen. The score will change depending on the fertilization. The maximum score is 30 and will only be reached if you use the manure sensor for organic fertilizer and the crop sensor for minimal fertilizer application. Over-fertilization will decrease the score because the excessive nitrogen will be washed out and can pollute the groundwater. Under-fertilization also decreases the score because you won't reach full yield potential, so the crop takes less CO2 out of the atmosphere. The nitrogen score will only be updated after the harvest. pH value. Keep your pH value in the right range to gain the full points 15. Maintaining an optimal pH is a prerequisite for sustainable farming. Only with that you reach the full yield potential and the soil has the right balance for nutrient storage and mineralization. Too high or too low pH will decrease the score. The pH score gets updated after harvest. But how do you change the pH score? It doesn't say anything about that, does it? Weed control full score using spot spray technology. So wait, you get better score with spot spray technology than a hoe and a weeder? With that, you perfectly control your weeds and minimize usage of herbicides to reach optimal yield. You can also collect points for mechanical weed control, but the score is lower because it leads to soil degradation, compacting, erosion, new weed germination, less of soil moisture, and higher fuel usage. So yeah, this is what I thought, that with the herbicide and the C in spray, you'll actually be better off than using mechanical weeding for just how much fuel you use, like price-wise. And sure, you're spraying out herbicides, but it's 90% less in full control. So overall, it's just better. That's cool. you don't control weeds at all, you get a lower score 10. Wait, where are we? Soil erosion, higher fuel usage. Yes. 15 points are collected. When you spray the whole field, which leads to the full yield, but without herbicide reduction. If you don't, so 30 is full score, okay, and you get 15 points if you spray the whole field. If you don't control weeds at all, you get a lower score, 10. Because this has a very negative impact on yield and increases the long-term weed pressure. This is not helpful to feed the growing world population. It's a lot of propaganda here. Beautiful propaganda, though. It's very important stuff. Take care of our soils. Soil sampling. Sampling your field. Know the nutrient status. Sampling your fields to know. Sampling your fields to know.
Sweet Logan resubscribes. 19 months. Thanks to it Groon Dragon for my sub gift.
Nice, Logan. How you doing, buddy? Is the wifey pregnant? Very big. Pew. Very big. Pew pew. Oh, just about to go to bed? Not really big. I mean, it wasn't visible with the first one, so I expect it to be similar. It's fine if you need to pop off the bed. We can talk some other time. If you don't control weed at all, you get 10%. Very negative impact on your wheel pressure. Soil sampling. Sampling your fields to know the nutrient status of the soil is basic for sustainable farming. So soil sampling increases your score by 15 points. That's very important. Then tillage. Tillage also affects your environmental score. Deep tillage, like plowing, burns a lot of fuel. Brings weed seeds near the soil surface and make the soil susceptible to erosion. So plowing attracts 0 points. Exclamation mark. Shallow tillage with incorporation of crop residue saves fuel, reduces erosion, and rewards you 5 points. Minimum tillage and direct seeding gives a maximum point score of 10 points. Cool. And you can see the economy of the field. Rtk Stations. There are 2 new buildings available in the shop which have Rtk antennas on the top. These antennas provide better GPS signals for your helpers. As long as one of them new buildings is placed on the map, the accuracy of the helpers will increase and they work up to 11% faster than before. So it needs to be one of the Rtk Station buildings. It can't be the DLC, okay? We just spent 10k on was it 10k? Can we sell it? We can sell it, I think. Did we get 10k back? I don't know. But we can sell it at least. It's better than nothing. Sell. 5. We lost 5,000, guys. Oof, and how much are we gonna spend? Tools. I really want one of those way stations. So it's not there. Is it a farmhouse? No. It can't be production, can it? Buildings. Sheds. Yes. 39,500. This station provides your vehicle with better GPS signal. This helps your AI helpers to drive more precise and do their work faster. But it's the same. So you can do a building or a shed. I mean, the shed is probably useful. You can park stuff in it, and this is just a hut. Oof, expensive though. And it doesn't matter where it is as long as it's somewhere on the map. So we have this little area, that little area. Plus this is kind of cute. We can place it. We can place it here. And then again, my tree planter would get locked in. I don't want to lock in my tree planter. Maybe this. Maybe this. Or I do a floral arrangement. I think I'd rather have a floral arrangement there. And here I might need to demolish it. And this is kind of cool spot. This is right by the fields. And it'll make it a little tighter to get up and down. And here would be like the nicest spot to have it. But then it will be really tight. So... yeah. Should the door be on this side? Because if the door is on this side, it sort of makes sense with how the gravel is. Or should I make it symmetrical with the field? This felt natural at first because there's a road as well here. Bonk. I like that. Okay. So, is there not enough green here for this to work? That is how I see it. We can wait a month with this. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Let's get off the field. I wonder if I just drive around, if that would affect my environmental score. What? Hello? Decide to stop right in the road. Crazy. We're only allowed to drive 18. Is that because of my front attachment tool? Let's figure that out. Detach. That works better. But it could be a horsepower issue, honestly. It doesn't have to be like a bug. It could be that everything is just so heavy. This isn't a very powerful tractor. But I don't think you want to spray it much more than 18 anyway. How are we doing with our contracts? Have we gotten any new ones? No. So the fertilizing is done. Collect, collect. What type of fertilizing equipment can we use? So I think there's only... like sprayers, can they have rate controls other than the power sprayer? I don't think so. So we need to get a power sprayer. And it's better than the mechanical farming. So we can sell that and we can borrow money. So this we really should do. And we shouldn't use the... Can we use that? Can we use that for fertilizer as well? Never thought of that. Yeah, it's both herbicides. Spraying damages field though? Does it? In what way? Mechanical. Have you played with the new boom bada boom boom Precision DLC? Because when you read the text they say in the Precision DLC, right? When you read about it, it says. Let me go back here. Here, environmental score. Weed control. Full score 30 is reached when using the spot sprayer technology. With that, you perfectly control your weeds with the minimum usage of herbicide and reaches optimal yield. So you can also collect points for you can also collect points for mechanical weed control, but the score is lower, 20, because this leads to soil degradation, which is compaction, erosion, new weed germination, loss of soil moisture, and a higher fuel usage. Yes. So new in this new patch is this John Deere sprayer. Look at this. If you equipped it with a See and Spray, there's cameras with each nozzle of the sprayer will only turn on while there are actually weeds below the nozzle. So there's a little webcam that looks for weeds and it sprays tit, 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 a little squirt on each weed. With that, you may use 90% less herbicides, reducing the cost and protecting the environment. So this is what we're talking about. It's a 28-meter sprayer. And it's 60,000 I have to pay. Because I can sell my weeders. But yes, it is better for the environmental score. And it uses less fuel. So it's better for the economy and it's better for the environment. According to this video game. Weeders. So let's sell these. I have so many times before regretted selling things, but I hope this will not come back to bite me. And then we need to go to the bank and explain to them that this will... You need to lend us 90k because we will save money on in the long run using the sprayer. And let's get it fully equipped with a $39,000 See and Spray. Should we go narrow tires for row protection? The standard is good for like compaction though. And the standard is cheaper. Can we get it with tracks? I don't think so. I wonder if this could be used. Like if these are meant for the 1774 NT planter, but I wonder if they can hook up to the power sprayer as well. That is fascinating. I'm not gonna sell this sprayer just yet, but potentially I'm gonna offload this sprayer as well. And ultimately, it would be really nice having two of the power sprayer, so you can have one for herbicides and one for fertilizer. That would be the best, wouldn't it? Maybe I should... No, let's keep it on. Let's go pick it up. And I need to get a trailer. Maybe I can use the pickup. Because I need to bring a stash of herbicide and a stash of fertilizer back home. Or buy a tank for it. The sensor is incredibly slow. Let's try a thing. Let's detach it, because that doesn't work. It's too slow. Let's hook it up to, say, the Fendt, to see if the Fendt also gets limited to 18 kilometers an hour. Jay Perry, hi buddy. What is this? Herbicide. Cool. So I don't know if I'm gonna use herbicide or fertilizer soonest, but I'll load it up with herbicide anyway. Let's buy more pallets. herbicide. Whew, that's pricey. You haven't taken soil samples, but tool samples. I thought about that when I asked the question as well. How's Miss Fashion doing? If you're on the third one, I presume you're enjoying yourself. These lights are just crazy. Too bad I have to put it off. Boom, 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 boom. I wonder if I can drop both at the same time. Yes. So shall I add the Compact Pro for 14,500 when I can have the it with the even nighttime enabled scanner thingy? I feel like the nighttime enabled scanner is just a better unit, though it disables the ability to use. Why am I so far away? Disables the ability to use front attachments. So this thing does limit you to 18 kilometers an hour. Well, then that's pretty much an no-go. Whew. I mean, it only needs to be attached for that specific job. Like, it's not like I'm gonna run with it attached permanently. But it also means I can probably use the much smaller and honestly more environmentally friendly fast track for this, because I think the fast track can pull this sprayer. Though compared, I mean, the fast track feels like it's not a go-kart, it more feels like a skid steer. Whilst this feels like a real tractor. You know, Family's doing fantastic. Eb has developed so much lately. He's become interested in fiddling, so he can run around and play for himself now. He can go away and get some stuff and go around and bang some things into some things, and he take some toys in the car and he plays a little bit with the car and goes and gets something else. And, you can never leave the room though. As soon as he feels abandoned, he stops playing. But he is absolutely cool with it. when you're in the same room, which is amazing. That means he's having fun, right? That means he's having fun. That's all we want for him. To enjoy life. Goodbye, Mike. What did I do now? It was so good, and then I went to fiddle, and now I ruined it. Okay. Only spent 132,000. Why do I keep spending so much money? March, 104,000 on new vehicles. April, 132,000 on new vehicles. This is why I'm struggling financially. I can never get a hold of paying off that debt. Yield and pH info will only be had after the season. Good environmental scores. 57, 55. Because I used variable application rate. And I've done soil sampling. If we see this one. Oh, no. Purchase soil info. 21 soil samples. Let's say no. So how much would it be to purchase soil info on this one? 14 samples. For 2,450. So when I did it, how many did I do? 7. And this is perfect enough, I'd argue, right? Where did I actually miss the sampling? And here I know I missed like that bit. Can you see where it's sampled and not sampled? You can presume that these little notches are not sampled. So if this one was 6 samples, and if I want to purchase it, it's 14. You're paying like twice as much. Fiddling is a way of playing the violin. Fiddling is just mucking about, doing things. Exploring. Maybe it's not an actual word. 5,000 to purchase. 3,000. How much is it to purchase this? 11,000. And then the question is that 11,000 per year or a one-time fee? Like, for real? Oh wait, the service provider, they want 5,000 for it? I wonder if I can make AI do it. We have to try that. There we go. I should get a better score on this field because I'm using an electric tractor, right? That's higher AI. No, couldn't do it even. I do love it. I see no drawbacks. I mean, I haven't even charged. I didn't even own a charging station. And for this, I mean, this is like super light task, right? How much overlap should I do? How anal shall I be? It's not that much money doing it yourself. What's the most money and is the time it takes. right? So if I stop considering the perfect spot and just do it at speed, because then you can hold in the throttle. You can probably put on cruise control, and then when you feel ready, you click and it just slows down yourself by itself and speeds up again. That is pretty convenient. And it leaves some holes, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. It's a bit better for this field as well because the size is perfect for 2 passes. If it was a larger field, maybe I can be 1 row over. So you can get up to 15% more pay if you get a good environmental score. So that is what is at stake. I wonder if Jack is out flying his new plane. Is there a career mode in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Oh, wrong button. I mean, right button, I just didn't press my bumper as well. "17 samples. And how much did they want to do? If I would have hired a company to do this field, they would have done 29 samples, and they would have asked for a 2,175 service provider cost. Yes, an agronomist has the job of helping farmers do soil reports. So then they drive around on a little quad, most likely, and they have a little test tube, and they stick it down in the ground, and they put it in a little bag, and then they label it, and then they bring it home. Yeah. It's definitely a thing. But then you also have these more modern, fancy... I presume this is GPS control. Not sure though. So this little bucket only shows like 3 cups. So I mean... This probably can only do 3 cuts, and then you have to run out and take those and whatnot. But it's not that. It's not that realistic in the game. It just, you can take many samples, and then you send them off, and you get them tested, and then you get back the results, and you plop it into the software, and it draws these beautiful maps saying exactly what type of soil you have. So here I can see I have sandy loam, And I used to have yellow, which is loamy sand, but it's not yellow anymore. And if you were to ask me why, I don't know. I don't know why it's not yellow. Maybe the color was based on the need. I mean, it still is. Or maybe it changes as you fertilize. And you see the pH with the soil samples and the nitrogen. So here, the different soil types want different amounts of nitrogen. So the greener, the more fertilizer it has, because it needs it. Plus the crop type. The crop type also wants different amounts. There we go, $1,700. And if I paid for it, what was it again? $1,700. And if I would have paid for it, oh wait, did I click the wrong button? Purchase soil info. It would have been 5,000. Did I clear the environmental score detail? Hopefully I get a prompt if I do that. So it's well worth doing. I mean, I don't get that kind of pay doing it for someone else. So what were the results? Let's see. Soil type. Oh, that's very good. I don't know what I'm talking about. That seems very good. What else? pH. And you see we've fertilized a little bit here. So if I were to pause this and go and pick up my fertilizer. Good evening, Kato the Norseman. Did I spend it? We're back at my original farm. I did some hackery and I managed to get it working. So for now, since I don't have a tank, I could just as well store my herbicide and fertilizer at the store. The question is, how much is liquid fertilizer and can I afford it? I can't. So we need to borrow money from the bank. So we can try this adaptive rate fertilizing. See what the fuss is all about. Bank. It was bank. We're going to bank. And say, hey, we need to borrow 16k. 9.8 million in loans. So we can buy fertilizer. I think I can have like 3 pallets. But I'll buy 4 to be safe. In the tank. 3,229 liters. But that's only 96% full. So yeah, probably... Chat, can you also see that Kato the Norseman is new? Or did J. Perry just know that Kato was new? Unfold sprayer. I want to unload. Josh is a friendly fella. So I wouldn't be surprised if he remembered that he haven't seen Kato the Norseman's name before. Oops. Using my very expensive sensors as a pusher. That's good now. Okay. I am so glad that to be using a sprayer rather than a flinger. So what I don't like about flingers is the fact that you don't see what the F you're doing. This tool has a very nice drawbar, but it could still use the 3-point drawbar attachment. Fertilizing in the rain, should that matter? Nah. And we have automatic rates on. Toggle map view. Oh, you can get to see a huge map. I like the square one though. It's so cool seeing it work with the application rates. And then there's nothing for a little bit here. I sprays a little bit. Probably on the right side here. But now it's working with the more precise rates. So here I did it, and the flinger just does whatever the flinger does. So probably over fertilized. Except for that spot, which seems to be under fertilized. Maybe that spot has a hole in the planting. Hi Vegazoo. Expert inspiration. Wow. I'm saying wow because I'm mocking myself. I have like 200 hours, so I don't consider myself an expert. I am an expert in making poor landscaping decisions. Like when I built this barn, right? So this is my cow barn. It cost me $1.3 million to build. Because I spent like $650,000 cutting out this big area out of the slope. So if we go to construction here, so we can fly. Yeah, the field was sloping at about this angle all the way down to here-ish. Oh, you can see here. So this is how the field worked. And I cut that out. And spending $700,000, I realized I could have bought a field for less money and put it there, you know? For that little area of usable like building area, I could have bought a field instead. So yeah, that was frustrating. And then I have my passion project over here as well. The power station. So this is gonna be like silage and power generation with a bio electricity plant. And then here this is my home base, right? And I store some implements here. Greenhouses for making cake. The whole server was started with the idea that I am gonna become a mogul that makes cake. So I spent 83 hours of gameplay before I could sell my first cake. It took me $8.7 million in loans to get my first cake through the store. So it was a lot of upfront investments. A lot of upfront investment to get the first cake going. But now it's going better. And here is what I call factory row. So these are my factories. In order to make cake, I need to make sugar. I need to make a dairy product like milk and butter. I need to make grains for the flour. And this is my first bakery, Morgan's Bakery. And then this is the industrial bakery that I've added since. Because I couldn't get the finances to sort of add up. Because I had too much upfront cost and I didn't produce enough. So one harvesting season, I got like sugar beets enough for 5 years from a couple of fields, like not even all of my fields. So I realized I need to step up my production. And currently my farm and the fields I have, if I show you my fields in a second, I have enough for about 2 of these industrial bakeries. If I'm also gonna sustain my other things, like I do cotton, and I have a spinnery, or actually I have 2 spinneries over here. I have 2 spinneries, so I make clothes as well. We don't have any pallets right now. Yeah. Finnish? I'm not Finnish, but my father is. I'm Swedish. My mother is Norwegian and my father is Finnish. And the only things I can say is Esa Pete and Minne rakasta sinua. That's it for my Finnish. Oh yeah, the map. I was going to show you which fields we own. So I think we're doing good. I mean, our debt is a little sad when you think about it, because I did the math and I own fields. I own fields and equipment for a total value of about $8.7 million. But I have loans of about $10 million. And explain that to me. Because I've also done 3 years, I think. 4 years played. So I've played for 4 years. And I have about 2 million more in loans. $1.5 million more in loans than what I have value. And sure, every tractor and so on loses value, right? When you run it, it loses value, half of it. And I've terraformed quite a lot. That's true. And I've planted trees. I mean, these are my oaks. This tree line here. But that I planted from saplings. So these were very cheap. 1,000 each. No, wait, 100 each? I don't remember. But these were cheap. But I've also planted like these birch trees, this oak, and this poplar is planted, grown. So yeah, that is money wasted. So I didn't count trees, but I counted all of my like barracks and all my factories and stuff. Oh, we're gonna try to read his name here. First time chatter says, "What's up, sweetie? I am so happy today. For the past few weeks, I have not been able to play here on my server because it crashed at 85% loading after the latest update. But I managed to fix that today, and I'm so happy that I can play on my old farm. I started a new one, didn't really get into it. I think partially because of the map, because AI worked so poorly. I'm a guy who loves using AI for tasks on farm. Speaking of that, this seems to be finished, but it isn't, is it? Oh, maybe it is. Maybe I should have checked the map before I started complaining. Rtk, it is finished, but why isn't it? This doesn't look very good, does it? I'd say that he missed a little bit here. We can fix that. Okay, Green Dragon. And the name is Soci Up Atlar. Sociop Patlar. That was a tricky one. Turn on sprayer. Yes, the AI worker slacked a little bit here. Nothing that we can't fix with a little overspray. Oh wait, I'm missing. Blaming the AI worker, and I do a poor job myself. So it doesn't look like there's an animation that actually shuts off. Half of the sprayers. So like when you change the width, for example, that you can see visually. But when the dynamic rate happens, that you can't see visually. Which is fine. So now I'm driving over it one more time to just fill in the edge here. I wonder if that will have a environmental impact or an economy impact. Does it vehicle maintenance it lists, and it lists fuel, so yes, it's currently racking up the fuel. Damn it. So maybe fixing this will cost me, because it's such a fine sliver. And it counts maintenance as well, so using the right tractor for the job is probably important. And fuel is important, so if I can use the electric, I probably should. Oof. But you're never gonna regret that decision, J. Perry. Hopefully, I mean, you probably bought something with quality, so it will both save you on the bill, the electricity bill, and longevity of the machine. I don't know if you guys are into measuring electricity consumption of your appliances, but not to brag or anything, but our clothes dryer uses 1.41 kilowatt hours of electricity to run 8 kilos of laundry. It's like 16 pounds of of clothes. It uses 1.41 kilowatt hours. That, my friends, it basically pays for itself. And it was included in the house when we purchased the house, but it's not even that expensive, to be honest. Does this have like a joint here that is hydraulic? Yeah. Why? I guess for maneuverability. Oh, 17.6 pounds. Yeah. Yeah. 17.6 pounds. Oh, also my economy score gets worse when I use AI, doesn't it? If you check this field, for example. AI helper, yeah, $132. So far, I'm down $2,826. But it should matter then on my total earnings, because I won't make money of this field until I have made fabric. Right? So mean, I don't know if that helps. And our washer makes, it can do 9 kilos of laundry. And uses, on the economy program, 300 watts, 0.3 kilowatt hours, to do 40 degrees Celsius with a 1600 RPM spin cycle. That's not bad. So total wash and dry of say 8 kilos and not 9 then, because the dryer can't take 9, is 171, 1.71 kilowatt hours. And I don't know what you pay, but with our average prices, it's like $0.04 American. Were they that old? That's really nice with the warranty. But is it a heat pump in your dryer? This is the number one question we have. Most dryers are not. And if it's a heat pump, you'll save so much money. Like, it's not even funny, the difference. Just electric. So with the heat pump version of the dryer, right? It takes the hot air you have in your bathroom and it compresses it and makes the air inside of the dryer super hot. And in a normal electric dryer, it has like a resistive radiator, just like a space heater, right? Or a hair dryer. Some wires that gets hot because they pass current through them. That makes the air inside the dryer hot. And if you live in a place where you run an AC, for example, because you live in a hot climate, the dryer will make your room hotter. So then you pay for the electricity to heat up the laundry and the electricity to cool down the room. Whilst the inverter, it takes the hot air from your room that you're trying to cool, right? And it just shoves it into the dryer. Genius. Basically the same technology that is in a normal AC or heat pump. I haven't done soil samples. Where are you going? I haven't done soil samples here. You have no idea what you're supposed to do. Hey, slow down. My friend, you get ahead of yourself. Because I am behind myself. Just the same as a Yeah, like a heat pump for your house. Just miniature. Miniature. You're living all wrong. I didn't know this existed before I read the manual. Well, actually, I did know it exists. It exists as a water heater as well, which is really cool. You can get a water heater with an inverter in it. I think you save something like 60% of your heating bill, or electricity bill. I mean, it's like, it's not a joke. It's a big deal. I think if it actually is more expensive than the model you're planning to buy, or I mean, whatever you've already bought, but if you that is listening are planning to buy a dryer and the inverter model is more expensive, you have to do the math on how many years it would pay off from just lower electricity bill. Because small things like that can quite easily pay for themselves. Say the machine is $300 more and you save 50 cents every dry cycle you run, and the machine lasts you, what, 10 years. Most likely you will make a fuck ton of money from getting a more efficient machine. We just got new summer tires for our car, and I did some research, and I got Nokian tires that have A rating on fuel economy. And what is A rating on fuel economy? Well, it made our car, now it's going to be metric units only, because converting to miles per gallon, that won't happen. At least not in my head, but someone listening are more than welcome to do it. But you'll get the point in the end anyway. The tires we got, compared to a normal tire, or the tires we used to have, rather, were a little more expensive. We paid $900 for the tire set. And I think we could have gotten tires for maybe $750 that still were of good quality. And then you can get like super cheap tires for, I don't know, $500. I mean, in Sweden it costs $200 just to have them fitted, like to put them on your rims, you know. That's $200 just that. Anyway, we spent $900, and the logic was, say we run these tires 60,000 kilometers, which more than likely they'll last 60,000 kilometers. With the fuel savings we're doing, and the fuel saving is minuscule. So far from our testing, we have gone from 6.7 liters per 100 kilometers to 6.4 liters per 100 kilometers. So 0.4 of a difference. But over 60,000 kilometers, that 0.4 of a difference is $650 with today's diesel cost. So, counting the fuel savings, we are making, compared to the tires we had, that was $750, and we paid $900. So that's $150, but we're saving $600 on the fuel. So we are saving $450, right? Over getting the cheaper tires. we're saving $450. Just that we save the money over, what, 5 years' time. And that's without counting the effects that the lower rolling resistance have on our car. You know, the lower rolling resistance will decrease the wear on the gearbox, on the engine, on the... it doesn't really change the suspension, I don't think. VG, good night. It's very late. So I hope you have a good sleep. So, you might wonder, is there any drawback? Yes. The tires with lower rolling resistance have equally good. They are A rated when it comes to dry weather traction, but they're only B rated in wet weather traction. They are A rated in noise level, so to a comparable tire, it's very little difference. The best noise level I could find was 69 dB, and these tires are 71. So they are louder than the quietest tire. But compared to a normal tire, it's actually quieter than a normal tire, like the average tire. It's just that there's some like made for electric car tires that are very, very quiet, and it's louder than that. And also the ride quality. So a softer tire has worse rolling resistance, but it also becomes more plush of a ride. And I didn't think it was going to make a huge difference. And it's not like the car now feels like driving with sports suspension. It's not like lowered springs or something that shakes your filling if you're driving on a gravel road. It's not that at all. But you can notice a difference. If you're a try-hard person, you can notice a difference. Siri didn't. Until I told her, do you notice anything different? And she's like, yeah, it might be a little bumpier than before. But it was not severe enough that she caught it without me telling her. That something has changed. Why can't we see? There we go. Nice. We have done 5 fields. Let's send these samples in. Did I have money for it? I think I'm gonna be in debt when the bill comes from the lab. So these tiny things that we have done, like the changes, like having a dryer with a heat pump and having bought those new tires for the car. It makes me feel so good. Like just knowing that we're saving money every month from smarter investments. It's a joy. Oh. Yeah, that is a factor too, like how long they last. And they're not the best, I believe, when it comes to wear, but it's definitely better than a normal tire. But there's some like ultra long lasting, but they have very poor rain traction and traction in general. and ride quality, and they're loud and all of that. But our car is so... It's not soft by any means, but it's comfortable enough as is. And it's quiet. So it's not at all an issue that it became a little worse. That's truly whatever. Like, how do you feel, J. Perry, about it being louder and stiffer? Did you feel it was worth it? Biodiesel? In Sweden, at the New Year's, they added from, I don't remember, was it 10% to 20% biodiesel in every diesel you can buy in Sweden. Mandatory. It increased the fuel price with like half a percent. Yeah, about 0.5%. So the biodiesel in Sweden, it comes from pine trees. I don't know if there's other versions of it. It comes from pine. I don't know if it's a rest product or what. Oops. Forgot to press the bumper again. Take soil sample. This machine. This machine, man. It's a lot of fun. Yes. Now we've sent in the soil samples. I don't know how fun it's gonna be though doing the hill fields. I mean, it pulls well, so it's not gonna be heavy. I'm probably gonna be able to use the electric. Is this grass growing? No, oats. Oats. It's quite a fun process as well. Now that I figured out I can use cruise control. So I'm only looking at the minimap. And about when I see the arrow of the vehicle reaching the area that hasn't been sampled, I click the button. And then it drives for, like here. And it drives for a few meters and it samples after it. So you don't get too much overlap. But there is some overlap. It's not an optimal system. But the amount of soil samples I do is half of what the paid service would do. Plus the paid service has like another 50% of the bill just being overhead for doing the job, so to say. So they take twice as many samples and they charge an enormous fee for doing this. It's 5 times more expensive than doing it myself, so doing it myself is well worth it. Oh, clog the fuel, yeah. I bet that's gonna be an issue in Sweden. In the winters, that is. Also probably depends on like how much you drive and how much time you have. Because if you drive a lot, making it yourself might take too long. We don't drive very much, so for us, it might make sense. If I had the time. No, I do have the time. I would have the time to do that. I just don't want to. I'd much rather chill in the evenings and play some farm sim. I was out excavating today. I only went for 2 hours because I realized it's a Sunday and it's nice weather. Maybe our neighbors want to enjoy the outside without me digging. Old-time prison uniform? This is a Desha from Kuwait. I mean, they probably exist in more countries than Kuwait. That's not what I'm saying. It is a Desha. It's like a dress. Oh, we're fine. So it's got no legs. So the package can be free, so to say. It's fantastic. I don't know why is it not more men who wear dresses? Because I mean, I'm telling you, your junk, it feels amazing. And this is a pajamas, though, not a. I mean, it's not something you would wear outside. I mean, if you want to, you can. Oh, wrong button again. Does anyone know what time it is in Sweden? Like how late is it? Are we talking reasonably late? Responsibly late? Go the fuck to bed, Johannes late? Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is an amazing movie. It needs a weeder, but it doesn't say we have any weed. Rolling as well. We need to roll. 12:49 a.m. Thank you, J. Perry. It doesn't say we need to roll. It probably does. Soil samples. Oof, no nitrogen to talk about. Oof. Total cost $1,000. We are losing money, chat. 1900, 2800. Oof, expensive to be a farmer. I'm gonna love getting the score when we have the harvest ready. That's gonna be so fun. But yes, weeds. It doesn't say anything about weeds. And these fields don't even need rolling, but this needs rolling. Did I start rolling? Or was I going to start rolling? Did I forget to start rolling? We'll do some soil sampling first. And then we get to rolling. This time for that too. This field is going to be a little trickier since it isn't straight. But it is a wide pickup. Apparently you can run up quite a tab at the soil samplers. They're like not checking my balance before they send the invoice. This was actually very convenient to do. I was not afraid, but I was worried that it would be a mess. But it's the widest tool ever, so... It's very easy. And the electric feels very suited for it because it has quick acceleration. Nice emote usage. They know we're farmers. Money will come eventually. This is planting season and everyone is poor. Come harvest season, we'll be rolling in dough. Especially with this lovely soil yeah, you get what I mean. Soil sampling. Analysis. Not even that fancy of a word. How can I struggle so? Yeah. It's almost a guarantee. Do it right, you get the money. I mean, then there's freak years with like no rainfall in 3 months. We had a year like that. I think it was 2018 or 2017. 2018, I think. Literally 3 months no rain in the summer. Not a drop. Not like an afternoon, not an hour, no nothing. I've never seen grass in our area in Sweden be that dry. I meant no lawn mowing though, which was I mean, such a time saver. Such a time saver. With better efficiency, I probably could have skipped that sample. But like one sample's $100, so it's not a huge thing that I fudged it up a little bit. But it's good to try to be as cheap as possible, I guess. Efficient, yeah, there we have it. It's good to be efficient. Yes, very good, very good, very good. Let's drive up the hill again. Some solid advice there, Josh. That'd be like saying that we don't have to work against climate change because when it gets too hot, humans can't survive and then we won't make it worse, right? So shouldn't we speed up the climate change, right? I'm joking. Because if we speed it up, we die faster. It's like a forest fire, man. Sometimes things has to die for other things to be reborn. Maybe there'll be dinosaurs again. Oh man, now I could have gotten that. Oh, there's like a little sliver on the other side of this cove as well. I don't even know if I plant something there. I mean, now I haven't. It looks very barren. But who knows? Maybe I messed up. Again, $100. Ay. And the last sample of the field will be the next one. I think I can get that in one sample. Yeah. Click. Nailed it. Let's send this off and go to the top field. They're gonna be so pissed when I don't pay them. I still have 200k at the bank to get before I'm out of credit. So we're probably going to be fine. Until harvest season, that is. probably gonna make the summer. There's some loan payments. It's like $33,000 a month, and we have May, June, July. Yeah, August. So say 4 months times 30k, it's 120k. So as long as I spend less than 60, it should be good. And worst case, we can sell other goods like eggs, for example. We can sell eggs, sugar. We can sell. We're probably gonna have a lot of cake, but I want to sell cake when it's the highest price, and that's like February, I think. It's like February. Let's check the map. It looks so good. So I'm gonna have to toss out some fert on 14, 20, 15 and this field as well. 18 did a poor job. I need to fix that sliver and that sliver. And then we do 20 and 14. We can have that going at the same time. We can definitely do that. The bank, I just want to double check so I actually had, because AI won't work if you don't have money. Let's go up to 850 in loans, maybe. No, that's a little too much. You pay interest based on how much you have, right? So there's no point in having like a bunch of money on the bank. There's no gain in that. The lime is missing stone, so we can deactivate this process. The dairy is having too much butter. And that's the only thing I'm making. I'm literally out of space. Out of space. That's a new one. And we're full here, and we're full on the industrial as well. Yeah. I literally make too much butter. So if I make too much butter, that means I have too much milk. If I have too much milk, that means I can make something else as well, like chocolate and cheese. If I have too much sugar, I can make chocolate. If I don't have enough sugar, I can make cheese. It makes 2,400 of each per month, so that's the same. This uses 3 milk, and it uses only 1 milk. So what is sugar worth, and what is milk worth? Milk sells for... That sounded expensive. About 1,200. We show price for... Let's check just max prices. Then it's 1,300 for milk. And sugar... $900. So sugar is cheaper than milk, and it uses 3 sugar or 3 milk or 1 sugar, 1 milk. So it's 1 less unit, and sugar is cheaper. And then cheese, how much do you get for the final product? 3,500 for cheese and 38 for chocolate. So chocolate is slightly more profitable for less cost of ingredients and less work, because milk is a lot of work. I mean, sugar beets is not the most fun to harvest either, but chocolate seems to be better. So let's get some chocolate manufactured as well. It will help us with the finances. Since we can't make more butter, and we're like 95,000 liters of milk in storage. And we're probably full in the bakery as well. Yeah, 6,100 and 5,000. And my cows have 17,000. So yeah, we're kind of need to use more milk than we currently are. Kind of need to use the milky. Otherwise we are screwed. I was doing something. Yes. Yes. I am saving the game. Chat. Boop. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the stream. It's been lovely. Me and my pajamas are going to go to bed. It is 1 o'clock, and my son wakes up in 6 hours to go to preschool. Tomorrow, I'm not going to promise anything, but it is quite likely if we don't have tech issues. I had tech issues, that's why we went live so late today. If I have tech issues tomorrow, there'll be no stream. If there's no tech issues tomorrow, there will be a stream of me excavating in the garden. I think it's going to be lovely weather as well. I'm going to make the hole bigger. We're going to make the paths around the pond. So thinking, what can I get done in 8 hours? Maybe 6 hours of effective time. I could probably move the big dirt pile in front of the pit so much that I can shape the path. And if I can shape the path and make the hole a little bigger, we can be quite ready to start laying some stone in the bottom. So we're gonna make a hole, lay stone in the bottom to shape that hole, then lay pond liner, and then lay rocks inside of that pond liner. So that when you look down into the water, you see only rocks, no pond liner. Because hopefully it's going to be crystal clear water with our gravel filter in the bog. In our upper bog. I think it's going to be... And after that, it's a lot of path laying. A lot of path laying. So laying all the paths around the whole thing. And then it's planting. But while Siri is laying path, I'm going to continue with landscaping. So it's perfect. Like, currently, I'm excavating Siri sorting rocks. And then we can help out on the pond liner and the rock laying because there's so many heavy rocks. She can't do that whilst I'm continuing with the excavation. I need to pause the excavation and lay stone because a lot of them are excavator heavy and a lot of them is Johannes heavy and some of them will be Siri heavy. But that's probably only like a 1 or 2 week project. And the perk is that you can do that late at night. Because it doesn't make any sound. Except for when you use the excavator. But it's like most of it we can do by hand. So that's really nice. So now that summer's coming on, days are really long. So we can work deep into the night with that. And then by winter time, maybe we can lay pond liner. I think it's going to take that long. I'm not sure, though. We'll see. We'll see. It's taken us 7 weeks, I think. And we have excavated, estimating here, a 1/6, maybe an 1/8 of what we're doing. The other stuff we're doing is not so much digging down, it's more moving around. So the others, there's a huge digging area as well, but it's not going to be deep. It's only going to be like 1 meter. And this is 2.5 meters, 3 even. Yeah, like 3 meters. The deepest part is like 4 meters. 4 meters deep with a 1.6 ton Kubota excavator is very deep. The deepest the machine can dig, according to specification, is 2.3 meters, I believe. So that's almost twice the depth of one bucket. So we have like dug plateaus, one here and then another one here. So I've dug from here down to there, then driven around, standing on the lower platform, digging from there even deeper. and then moving those earth masses upwards. It's been an amazing and a very fun project, and I truly look forward to continue working with it. The most frequent comment I get is what we're doing, and after that, it's so common that people say that we need a bigger excavator, or that I need a bigger bucket for the excavator. And we had a chat about that earlier today in the forenoon stream, that yes, you can do it faster, but if you enjoy what you're doing, why would you want it to be faster? In the past, I've always argued, well, we got the biggest excavator we could afford, and that if I take a license and we buy a trailer, that I actually can drive behind our car. A bigger excavator wouldn't fit in the areas where we want to dig, and it would have been a compromise. It would have been more expensive to buy a bigger excavator. And now the latest argument for why we have the excavator we do, there would have been no fun left to have if we were finished. Excavating is the fun part of this. I mean, not the excavating itself, but the landscaping, the shaping. And doing it one bucket at a time, it is the most joyous thing. Siri rated Cafe Ella on Twitch. And she said she'd been lurking when Siri did her digging streams and her gardening streams, I mean. And she was so amazed by the project we were doing. She didn't know what we were doing, but she thought it looked cool. And she especially commented how happy I looked in the machine. And it's so fun that she noticed it. And many might assume that I'm happy because it's fun driving an excavator. And it is. It is fun. It's great fun. But what I'm so excited about is shaping our dirt on our property, on our house, and making something truly special. We're going from a flat lawn that looked like a third of a football field to, I don't even know where we're going to end. It's going to be over the top. It's going to be like top, over the top, and maybe here. Maybe here. So if we succeed, it's going to be a garden that irrefutably is beautiful. If we fail, it is going to be a garden which some will be blown away by. But our ambition is that it will appeal to most, regardless of taste. Some people like a flat, square, mowable lawn. Whilst we are making a lawn you don't want to mow. I mean, you don't want to mow. It's going to be so small that it's like if you have a ride-on lawnmower, you'll do it in a minute. But we're probably going to use a non-electric, non-motorized push mower, like a cylinder mower. That's how small of a grass patch we'll have. Go out, fill the hole, and dig it again. I did that, J. Perry. So when we first started digging in the garden, and there was just a giant hole, I presumed it would be so long before we sort of opened up the hole. And I didn't want to have a dangerous hole for Ebbe to run down into for weeks whilst I'd excavated the other stuff. So when we separated the rocks from the soil masses, I then pushed all the soil masses back down in the hole. Hindsight, I regret doing that because it took me probably an hour of work pushing it down and getting it out again. And an hour of work is about a liter and a half maybe of diesel. So that's like $3 and an hour wasted. I mean, again, wasted. Is it wasted? It's fun. But just moving soil piles isn't the funniest part of it all. Although it's good practice and fun. Yes. More hours behind the sticks is great because it's a skill that I can use to make money. In case streaming doesn't pan out, right? In case you guys stop subbing, I can now probably get work as an excavator. Or a... What do you call them? Yeah, I think. An excavator operator. To be able to get a certification, so you can work with insurance and in public, for like public companies, and hire yourself out, you need to have a little license. I don't think the license is any problem and stuff like that. But as I understand it, you need to have 500 hours of experience. And as of now, I haven't checked, but I can check on the meter counter on an excavator. Because I've done the hours in our machine, and I've done the hours in a rental machine. That was 3 times 8 hours in a rental machine, and then ours. And I think our machine has done about 200 hours since we purchased it. And then the rental was 24 hours. No? 16. Yeah, 24 hours. So maybe 220 to 40 hours. So we're halfway there. Well, that's just the cost of fuel. And then by my calculations, the excavator costs another $20 per hour to run in maintenance. So $23, but it's still like $23 an hour for fun. You can do many things that cost you $23 an hour. And ultimately, I don't know if it's going to cost us anything. I mean, wasted time is always going to cost us money. But on a more serious note, we are not making this garden to do a profit. And it's not guaranteed that we will increase the value of the house. We've even worried that creating this garden, might lower the value of the house. Now that we quite quickly discarded as a real worry. We are not worried that it will decrease the value of the house. It will narrow, perhaps, the people that are interested in it. But the people that are interested in it are going to pay for it as well. So I am certain that it will be a positive thing for the value of the property. Now, will we get back the money we spent? Well, let's start at the best case scenario. We will be paid for the time we spent. The second case scenario, which also is fantastic, is if we get paid for all of the plants we purchase and plant. And the third would be getting paid for it, but not making the money back. I'd be happy with all of those. Losing money? Extremely unlikely. It will increase the value. But we're probably going to be spending time, like maybe 3,000-4,000 man hours. And I don't know what you charge per hours, but I'm not. Like, what is the minimum wage in Sweden is $15 an hour. So if you spend 1,000 hours, it's $15,000. Will it increase? This house, we purchased it for $130,000. Will 15,000 be added? Can't say. And then maybe 200-300 hours on the excavator, which means $23 an hour times 100 is 2,300, so 4,600. So we're up to $19,000. And then pond liner, pumps, and pipes, maybe $3,000. So $2,200. And then plants. We're gonna seed almost all plants from seeds. And we currently have seeds that's already purchased for $350. 10,000 seeds, 108 varieties. So that's $23,300. Whew. And then we're gonna buy berry bushes, fruit trees, maybe 6 to 12 fruit trees at $10 each. No, wait, $100 each. Yes, $100 each. That's $1,500. Plus the berry bushes, at least $1,500. So maybe $26,300. But it will maybe be more in value. So somewhere $26,000 to $30,000 worth of garden. Most of that is manpower. But that's only on 1,000 hours. We could end up spending more. We might spend 3,000 hours. This is just a guess. This is just a guess. We've been at it for 6 weeks. And we might have worked 2 days a week for 8 hours. 6 to 12. Say 10. And that's 10 times 16, so 160 hours so far. And say we've done an eighth, 160 hours. So that's 1,600 hours. Yeah, yeah. It might definitely be 3,000 hours. Because, I mean, finishing, raking, planting, tending to... They need a lot of attention in the beginning. Just the seeding process. Yeah. But the look on Bay's face when she achieves Zen, priceless. Yeah. Streamer, I'm going to bed. Also streamer, still live and chat 20 minutes later. Classic. Has it been 20 minutes? It was 2 minutes to... Yeah. 19 minutes. 19 minutes. Not 20. Will this garden increase the value of the property by $30,000? It's not impossible. We saw just in last week a house in this area. A house in this area being sold for 1.5 million Swedish, so 150,000. Makes all the difference. It does, Grundrag. It's sold for 1.5 million. So houses in this area is going up in general, which is good, because if houses in this area is more expensive, that means that other buyers won't be as hesitant to spend more money because they see the sell prices going up. So that's cool. And many people that buy in this area, a lot of people, for example, those who bought the house for $150,000, and those who started the bidding war. So we had agreed upon a price for the house, which was 1.1 185, I think. So $118,000. And then 2 days later, I believe, they call back and say, hey, we have a new bidder. Which is legal. It's just douchey. Until the papers are signed, they are allowed to do whatever they want. And we wanted to sign the papers next day, and they're like, no, it was a Tuesday, I think. Friday is the earliest we can do it. And I was like, fuck you. Fuck you hard. And if they knew that they might have a potential bidder, if they knew that waiting leaves the option of new people coming in, if this was planned, or if they literally couldn't do it until Friday, I don't know. Whatever. A new bidder came in, and those were German. And why that matters is that the people who bought the other house for $150,000 were German. So apparently, more than half of the houses, this is from what I've heard of people down, like around the village speaking, that there's so many owners of houses that have it as summer houses. It's super common in this area, which is fantastic and horrible. Because it makes it harder for the schools to get students. It's harder for the local stores to stay open. It's harder for a cafe or a restaurant to be successful. I mean, 2 Germans in a row, that's quite big, considering it's a village of 400 people, right? But whatever, it's not that it was 2 Germans in a row, really. It was the fact that, like, so many of the inhabitants here that we have met is from the Netherlands, from Germany, from England. It's very wide, and many summer homes. So who knows? Maybe a German garden lover will see our house and easily pay $30,000 extra when we're done. It has potential for it anyway. So things you can't change in a garden is neighbors. You can't move them by landscaping. You can literally do that, but it's very expensive to buy their properties, you know. And then nature. And we bought this specific house for the nature. In the north, we have a 5 meter, 15 feet strip that is owned by the town, not our neighbor. And on that, like a 10, 15-year-old tree line is growing. And in the summer, it becomes like a green hedge that is 4.5 meters tall. And it's so dense that it might need some thinning, but it's so dense that even in the winter, it feels like a fence towards our neighbor. I mean, you see through, but it sort of breaks the sight up a little bit. It's very nice. And in the east, where we get the sunrises, it's a it's owned by the municipality, a forest. Like 300 feet, 100 meters deep, and 2.5 kilometers. I mean, that's just the connected area. And then there's a small road, and then there's another 6 kilometers, whatever, of forest. Like, you could go for hikes for hours just off our backyard. And that's something you can't make. And it's just there. And it's so perfect to just step outside walk out in the garden and then step right into the forest. But the property line that's the forest. And there's no paths in it. Like, it's not been used for 50 years. There's some of the other properties on our street that have built like tree houses for their kids out there. Like 2, I think I've seen. But that's just at the property line for their houses. The rest of it is untouched. There's some like animal tracks where like deer have been walking frequently, creating small paths. But that's it. So we have been walking to preschool, because when we go to preschool, we go through that forest. It's magical. It's only 400 feet to the preschool. But through that forest, we're probably making it 550. Because I've been walking back and forth and finding like the most scenic route. So it's a giant detour. But it's over a little creek, like a natural spring creek. And I've taken like fallen trees and carried them and put them over the creek to build a log bridge over the creek. And I've routed like a track, and I haven't made it final yet. When I make it final, I'm gonna cut down all the saplings. So there's littered, like the whole forest is littered with saplings, littered. And when I know this is the final path, I'm gonna snip the saplings in the path, so you don't have to walk around it. And then maybe move a rock here and there, put some soil here and there to fill out some holes that there is. So with time, it's gonna be like a nice path going through. It's gonna be magical. So if the ones buying the house love a garden and have kids that goes to preschool, it's like they'll pay whatever we ask. And if they have older kids, the school for like when do you start a normal school in Sweden? I think 6-7 years old, depending on if the year before school is done in that one. I don't know. Can I please help you? What is it, Cycle Mama? Maybe. I mean, I can try. I'm willing to be helpful, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, the school for 7 and above is 2 kilometers away, down a 40 kilometers an hour road, which is like 25 miles an hour. So it's like a slow road. So maybe you don't want to let your 7-year-old bike there by themselves, but almost to the point where they can bike themselves. So it's a very, very nice, convenient house for those who want to live with nature out back, but still have the convenience of the everyday life where kids can go to preschool and school from the house by themselves. Almost. I mean, Ebbe can't walk to preschool. He's a year and a half, right? But but maybe one day. Right now, the path through the forest is too. It is too rough, so you can't really walk it. How can stream a chat? What do you mean? Stream a chat? You mean you want chat on the screen? Or do you want to stream and have a chat? So I don't know if I have the on-screen chat up right now. Do I? I don't. Or at least it's not working. But there is... first we gotta confirm that that's what you mean. Is it only in my game? Yeah, in my game I haven't. Chat with everyone. So you want to stream and chat with everyone? Or do you mean that you want the chat on the screen? I mean, chat with everyone. You can chat with the people in your stream, man. If you only have one display, get a second display. Or a phone. Or an iPad or something like that. You just put it next to your computer. If you have 2 screens, just use the Twitch dashboard and put it on the second screen and you're done. 2.5 miles? When you were 6? Was it like on a countryside? Or was it in a city? I didn't even have water. I'm so poorly planned. Oh, the game is still on. Let's turn off the game. Quit game. It is already saved, so we don't have to mess around. Loading. Quits. Or you're streaming from your phone and you want to chat? I don't know. What you're saying doesn't make sense to me. Sorry. I blame your English. It's not easy. I mean, everyone doesn't... I'm not good at English. English is hard, man. But if you're streaming from your phone and using the Twitch app, you get to see chat as you're streaming. So I don't understand the question. You lived in a city and you walked 2.5 miles. How much is that? 2.5 miles. Is it 1.6 or 1.4? I don't remember. Can we not agree? 4 kilometers. That's not bad. So you mean that when Ebbie's 6, he's going to be able to walk to school himself? Because that's less. It's only 1.25 miles. So when you ask me how you can stream a chat, to me that means either on top of the picture that you see on Twitch, you the viewer, right? You can also see the chat messages. Or you mean that you only wishes to stream the chat, no camera. Both can be done. Both can be done. I think you can achieve that even with mobile streaming using a software called Streamlabs. I'll type it in chat for you. There is a free version that you get a little logo, or you can have a paid version. It's like, I don't know, $10 a month or something. It's quite pricey to just get the logo away, but you get way more features for it. And it also handles donations and alerts and stuff. If you're on iPhone, you do not get audio alerts. You get the visuals though. You can get like the blinking, but you don't get any sound because of how iPhones are designed. Apple does not allow sounds to be pushed to your device. So there's no way to make the alerts play. If you have an Android, they can play though. Half an hour of overtime. The Daredevil movie? Have I seen that? Do I know what you're speaking of? Copy. Daredevil movie? Marvel? Netflix? TV show? Movie. There we go. Let's read about it. Daredevil movie. Have I seen that? 2003? Daredevil.
I prowl the rooftops and alleyways at night, searching for justice. Blind justice. A guardian devil. I was 12 years old. I had lost my sight, but I got something back in return. My remaining 4 senses functioned with superhuman sharpness. I could hear a whisper a block away, but the most amazing of all was a kind of radar sense. Soon the world will know the truth.
There is no proof that Daredevil even exists.
That one man can make a difference.
What do you want? Justice.
Wow.
Matt Murdock.
Nice to meet you.
I didn't get your name.
I didn't give it.
Sure you don't want to tell me your name?
My name's Electrum. I have to go. My bodyguard is here.
Your bodyguard? In a city ruled by fear.
Kingpin just doesn't kill you.
I mean, I can't even watch this to the end. Wow, it's so cringy. I mean, this is old, to be fair. Damn. I get what you mean with the stick. Be pumped to go out. Yeah, definitely. He has a flag for his bicycle stroller that we put behind our bike. It's like fiberglass, 2 meters, like 5 feet, and has like an orange flag at the top. And he loves to go around with it, just banging into things. So he'd probably go all in with the Daredevil routine if I showed him the movie. Chat, it has been lovely. I'm gonna go to bed. See you next stream.